So for our 353 project, we're doing a modified version of the Bomberman game. We're going to have a character displayed on the screen that we will use the joystick to move around. We also use the directional buttons to place bombs and to blow them up.
Yep, and then the SW1 button is so that every time you're in the game, you can go back to the main menu by pressing that. And then with these buttons, the down one, you can push it and it would only drop, you're only allowed to drop 3 bombs. And then the left button goes, it blows it up left to right. And then the right button blows it up and down. And then the top one blows it up in all directions.
We also have a splash screen here, a welcome screen. So we'll use the touch screen capacity to just start the game when we touch the screen.
So as you can see, rocks just keep coming up and you just continuously blow them up. And then basically the point of the game is just to stay alive for as long as possible. Okay. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. We have a score to basically update the score every time your bomb hits a rock.
So we actually just printed off the rubric and just gonna run through some of the things that we think work and things that we don't think works. So the joystick we got working using the timer 5A at an interrupt of 1,000 times per second. The UART, we did get it to initialize at a baud rate of 1152.00. The graphics, we used the Dot Factory to generate graphics and also some Microsoft Paint. We did animate the bombs, as you can see, that flames went up and destroyed the box, destroyed obstacles. We believe that's non-trivial. We also, as you can see, used the capacitive touch on the touchscreen to actually start the game. One area that we did not get working was the wireless.
Yeah, so with the wireless, we were able to send and receive data, and we were able to send and receive data in the project as well. But however, when we tried to send actually an image using a coordinate system, it was unable to receive for some reason, and we were unable to figure that out. So with that being said, we weren't unable to implement the wireless, the part of the aspect. But however, if you do look at our code, there are some stuff that we purposely commented out that we didn't delete, and those are the parts where we tried implementing the wireless part of it. And we did actually implement the interrupt for the wireless, but since the wireless doesn't work, you can actually see that working on the board, obviously.
We did use the timers. The timers for the joystick for the analog to digital conversion. We did that. We did notice that for the timer 1 interrupt, the timer that was supposed to measure when a packet was sent in between 2 boards.
Yeah. So since like we mentioned before, since our wireless component of it doesn't work, obviously this timer is not going to work either. But however, we do have this implemented in our code as well. And then with the watchdog timer, so the watchdog timer is tied to the wireless part of our project. So we do have actually the watchdog part of it working, because if one player plays and in 5 seconds, if it doesn't receive the data, it will in fact actually reset the board. But for demo purposes, we actually commented that part out since we were unable to transmit and receive data, because if we don't comment it out, obviously our board would just stop at every 5 seconds and we won't be able to demo the game as expected.
For the EEPROM, we did get that working. We wrote our name and the team number to basically the putty screen when the reset button is hit. Also, when the SW2 button was pressed, we wrote to the EEPROM memory. We did write to high score. We wrote the high score throughout the game, but yeah, since it's in memory, you just couldn't see it. The push buttons.
And the directional buttons, obviously, you can tell that it worked because we were able to use them to play the game, and then with the LEDs, you can clearly see that it's turned on.
And the rest of this is just video stuff and creativity. We did not do Space Invaders.